episode of Journey of a Christian Writer. In this episode, I'm going over 7 specific categories for book titles. This episode won't be very long at all. I'm just going to briefly go over these and share some examples that fall under these different categories. The 7 categories include people or names, places or locations, words or phrases, verbs or actions, secondary titles or subtitles, objects or things, and hidden or symbolic meanings. For the first one, people or names, this one can include maybe a type of group of people or ethnicity within the stories or within a novel. It can include certain characters that take place within the story and different character names. Some examples of book titles with people or names in them are Forrest Gump by Winston Groom, Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and Matilda by Roald Dahl. For the next category, places or locations, this one can include places that take place within the story, or maybe it's some type of destination. The characters are traveling to get to somewhere. It could also be that. Or it could also be like a location that the characters within the story want to go to, or maybe it's based on a type of fantasy or fictional world or something like that, and that also could be within book titles. Some examples of book titles with places or locations in them are Treasure Island by Lewis Stevenson and Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. The third category for words or phrases, this one can include titles that just have a single word within the title, or it could be titles that maybe have some type of sayings within them in quotation marks. It could also be that, or just something that is said amongst the characters within the story is what all of these different types of book titles could include for words or phrases. Some book titles with words or phrases include Jumanji by Chris Van Allsburg and Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. For the fourth category of verbs or actions, this one can include someone or characters within the story that are doing something or something that they have already done, for example. Some examples with verbs or actions in them are the play Driving Miss Daisy by Alfred Urey and Waiting for Morning by Karen Kingsbury. For the fifth category of secondary titles or subtitles, this one is where a title is added to explain a little bit more detail of what a book is about. These titles are usually for non-fiction books, but they also can be used for fiction books as well, just to explain and identify what a particular book is. For example, colon, a novel, colon, a short story, or colon, a memoir, for example. For the sixth category, objects or things, this category can include things that are maybe like mentioned within the story, significant objects or items, maybe it's a type of treasure or something, within the story, or just something that a character is trying to obtain, for example. Some examples of titles with objects or things in them are The Moonstone by Wilkie Collins and the children's book Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. And finally, hidden or symbolic meanings. I think this one of the 7 is my favorite because you don't really know why books are titled certain ways until you actually read the story. Maybe it's a certain, some type of symbolism that's taking place within the story of why the book is titled certain ways. For example, it could be a way that a character feels oftentimes, or it could be some type of treatment or something like that that's taken place within the story. Some examples of titles with hidden or symbolic meanings are To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee and The Color Purple by Alice Walker. And that's pretty much it for this episode. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already for more new episodes of Journey of a Christian Writer. Until next time, happy writing.